What's going on, guys? We're back here again with the Build My Brand podcast. We're on, episode 3 now?
Yep.
Episode 3 now, and we got a special guest here. I can't really say guest. He's the usual. He'll be here when he wants to be here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dwight Francois, founder of Icey Crew's 7-figure jewelry brand and also media buyer for BuildMyBrand.
Yes, sir. Do you want to give a little bit more detail on like what you do, your journey and stuff like that?
With BuildMyBrand and Icey Crew.
Yeah, so I started e-commerce when I was 16. The way I got started into this is I tried to get a job at Walmart, but they didn't hire me. So then for some reason, like in my mind, like I came to the conclusion that I didn't need a job. So then I went on YouTube, I searched up how to make money online. And then at first I didn't find anything concrete. I found like surveys and stuff. So I was doing like 200 surveys like a week, and then they didn't pay me out. So I got kind of finessed. So I got kind of discouraged into like, I kind of stopped like trying to make money online. And then one day I was watching YouTube and I came across like this ad. It was a webinar. This guy was saying how he was selling phone cases and he made like $500 a day doing it. So then like, I was kind of interested. I watched the whole webinar, I took notes on it. And at the end of the webinar, I realized he's trying to pitch me on a 2K course. I was broke. So then I kind of like looked at my notes, like the main thing that I took from it was like dropshipping e-commerce. So then I did more of my research onto that. And then, yeah. And then after that, I realized that the next thing I needed to do was product research. The guy's course was kind of useless on that because he didn't like go in depth on that. And for some reason, I didn't really like go watch videos on it. I just like said, okay, I'm gonna sell cases just like him. And I also decided to add jewelry on it. And the way I found jewelry is because I was on Instagram looking at a bunch of different like theme pages, jewelry pages. And I found like people posting like Quavo, Takeoff and stuff, but they're like tagging their own product onto it. I looked at their website and I looked at their page and I'm like, okay, I can do it too. So then I had to decide if I wanted to do the phone cases or jewelry. And at first it was called Icey Phone, but then I thought like a general store didn't make sense. So I decided to go with Icey Crew.
Icey Phone doesn't really, he's talking that out.
Yeah. Icey Crew's French.
Yeah, well, I was actually going to go with Icey Phone. Like I wanted to do the cases because I thought he did it. It was like kind of proof of concept.
I mean, back then cases were big too. Like I remember there were some like Gouliard cases, inch cases and stuff like that. Like all the face up. Like I ran that too.
You did?
Yeah. And to be honest, when I ran it, I think I hit like my first like $300 a day or something. Yeah. And the store got taken down. Yeah, I feel like copyright and stuff like that. So, I mean, that happened, but yeah, carry on.
Wait, where's that anyways? Fuck.
You said you changed it from Icey Phone to Icey Crew.
Yeah, but so after that, like it was time to make the Shopify.
Not your first store.
Yeah.
Like Icey Crew was your first.
Yeah, it was my first store. So it's crazy. At that time, like they were doing, I think, a 14-day free trial. At that time, I had no money, so I just put the card in because they don't charge you until the end. So like I kind of had to make it work, or else I was done.
Yeah.
I made the account, made the website. Like in a night, I stayed up all night to make it, and then from there on, like I just needed to market the product because I had 14 days to like get started. So
where'd you get the money to run the ads?
I didn't run ads.
Oh, you didn't?
I'm gonna get into it. I'll tell you what I did.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'll see low-key mistake. I'll tell you what I did. So basically, after that, I went on YouTube and I was searching up kind of how to market the product. Everyone was talking about Facebook ads and like I didn't have any money. So I was like, what am I going to do? So I kind of got discouraged again. I kind of like for 2 days, I was like kind of looking into it. But then I'm like, okay, if I'm going to kind of get charged at the end of the month, let me actually, look into it. So then I looked into it. I watched a bunch of videos. I want like the last page of YouTube and I came across this one guy. He was saying how basically he was messaging like his competitors, going on their followers and like messaging them and saying like, oh, asking them questions, like trying to pitch them like his product. So the way I did it, I went on like Shop GLD and like any pages or big brands like that. I went on their followers. I messaged them and said, what type of jewelry do you like? And then they would answer to say like, I like the Cuban link, I like the tennis chain or whatever. And then I do like small talk with them. And I like try to hard pitch them on the product. Like 99% of people said no, but like after like 2 days before like the trial was over or like about to end, one guy bought it and like I made $30. So I was kind of geeked. I told my brother I run this room. I was like, I made $30 and he's hyped. But like there's another problem because at that time I didn't know how to put like the direct deposit info. So like I had to go to my dad, but like at that time, like I was like, how am I gonna tell my dad like what I'm doing? He might do some sketchy stuff.
Yeah, the same. I had the same issue.
Yeah, so I was like in the mirror in my room, like, what I want to do. I'm like practicing the pitch and everything. And he comes in my room, he bridges into my room. He's like, what's this? And at that time on my own like brand page, I was posting like Quavo and stuff and like Johnny Dane. And he shows me Johnny Dane. He's like, who's this? And I'm like, oh, I started a business. He's like, what do you mean? Do you know this guy? I was like, nope. And then basically he sat me down and he was like, I was telling him about what dropshipping was. And he was like, okay. He's hyped. And then he gave me like a $200 like investment to business, like make this stuff work.
That's fresh.
Cool. Yeah.
So they believed in you from the start? I mean, your dad at least?
I don't know if he believed in me, but like he saw me actually doing something. So
He invested.
Yeah, you gave $200.
just invested just cause he saw me doing something. Cause usually I was kind of like the average kid. Like I wasn't like going above and beyond. I was just there. So he saw me like engage into something. So he's probably like, let me just feed into it. If it fails, it fails.
What was your dad's ROI?
Hello?
What was your dad's ROI?
A lot.
So what'd you do like when you were young? Like were you just a video game guy or?
Nah, I was playing soccer, but like I didn't take it serious. Like everyone was like doing extra runs, like doing extra trainings, but me, like after training I was done. Like I didn't do extra stuff. Like I was, I guess, okay, like I was good. Apparently people think I was good, but like in my opinion, like I didn't like do the extra. Like some games I would have snapped. Like I would pick my games when I wanted to be good. So like I was just the average guy, not doing much.
At what point in time did you like stop playing, or did you realize like you didn't want to go that route?
Oh, well, I had an eye injury, so I messed up my eye. So then I was like, okay, like I don't really want to play, but I still played anyways because like I enjoyed doing it, but like I didn't like enjoy like the training part of it. I just liked the games, so I kept doing it. But then I hurt my knee another time, like when I was like 15, I think, and that's when I kind of stopped playing soccer. And then that's when I was kind of lost and didn't know what I really wanted to do.
Yeah. Could you relate in any way with like your stock trading experience? Like the same way that he said like, oh, he didn't know how to show his dad when he was doing. Like with me, it was like the same sort of situation.
I still don't tell my parents what I do.
Well, do they know? They know you're doing something. Like you manage the portfolio.
Oh yeah, I manage that's not trading. That's more so like their long-term portfolio. So yeah, I mean, there's the big tech, there's the S&P 500, like safe stuff for my parents, but like they don't really know what I do in my basement. Like my mom always tells my aunt, like, yeah, I don't know what he does on his computer. Like I'm just in the computer all day with my beats on, like working on BuildMyBrand and also trading at the same time. But like they don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of funny. Even my dad doesn't know, and he's in the basement next to me.
Yeah.
But there's not really anything that I can relate to exactly because, I mean, like I said, they don't know what I'm doing, and I haven't gotten shot on yet. So,
on the first pod, I think we spoke about like how we kind of not necessarily met. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess how we met. So I kind of want to give Duish the chance to kind of break that down to and like how you kind of got into BMB as well.
Now, what happened? Oh yeah, so I don't know how I found. I think I found you because you posted a story. You did like 80K or something.
So I just remember this guy was in the group and he's like, yo, I hit my first 10K month in profit, or my first 10K profit or something. I don't remember if it was or something. I'm hyped to like, yo, it was this guy, whatever. And I'm like, yo, where are you from? It tells me Ottawa.
yeah.
Like, where? Where in Ottawa? Oh, here. I'm like, oh, it's down the street. You know, so I'm like, there's no way this guy's like right here. He's been messaging the group chat every single day for the past how many months? And
What group chat though?
Telegram.
Oh, so
I had a Telegram on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was lit at one point. There was like 160 people in it or something.
So weird.
But yeah, at one point it was live. But it kind of died out. Like there's a lot of bots that started joining and stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah.
That's funny.
But basically what happened, I think you were like, first you needed people to edit videos. I sent you something, you're like, it's decent, but I think you said it was not what you're looking for. Something like that. I was like, but then another time you were saying how you needed people to build websites and stuff. So then that's kind of how I got started into BuildMyBrand. I was building websites. Like peak, I was building like 7 a day. Like I was
Those are grand.
it was going crazy. But I don't remember. It's kind of foggy. Like a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. To be honest, the only thing I really remember was we were talking about obviously like the website stuff and that started.
Yeah.
Then we did that for a while. Then after eventually we got into the page builders. That stuff was messy.
Yeah.
Page builders are messy. Like that stuff's hard to use.
It took so long too.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad that they upgraded like the Shopify plans from like what they had to the OS2 plans. because now it's a lot of the stuff looks like good on page builders.
Yeah.
And then moving forward from that, like we started doing influencer stuff, and then dude was getting on sales calls. Bro, you said everything. You should have heard this guy with the sales call. Like, you know the phone with this guy?
I didn't know this guy got on social.
Yeah, bro, because the thing is, mind you, like at this time, we're like, okay, we have a plan.
Yeah.
We have an offer.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're just going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like, I don't know, like, for me, I don't know how you guys are, but like whenever I'm gonna start something, like the main thing for me is figuring out how to actually get it out there, right? Because a lot of people are gonna go, they're gonna invest like 10, 20 grand into something and then wait till the website's fully complete and then try to perfect everything. And then it's like time to launch, but then there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And then they're just sitting and waiting. So for me, it's like, okay, let's figure out how to get the offer out there and get people on board and continue to develop it as time goes on.
And us, we always set the foundation and then we just figure it out from there.
Exactly. Like, I think that's the best way to do it because, like, let's say you put together a full service, right? And then it's put together in a way where you're like, okay, this is perfect, da-da-da-da. These are all the steps. This is what's going to happen. Our website's done. This is done. It might take you 3-4 months to get everything completed. And then the first person comes on board and then you need to tweak something for that one person. And then you realize the thing you built out isn't as good as you thought it would be. So it was like, okay, this is our offer. This is the idea. We need to go find influencers. This is how we're going to reach out to them. And then we started off with one thing. We're like, okay, we found a better software. And we kind of just kept on going on from there. And we started getting people on the phone.
Yeah.
So Dwitch hops on the phone. And they do. We call them like, oh, how are they? Whatever. Well, like, mind you, me, I'm trying to figure out like back end stuff, like how we can get more people to our list. But then Dwitch is hopping on the phone. But like me not knowing, Dwitch doesn't know what he's talking about.
I remember at one point we were booked for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah,
Fully booked. A month straight.
To be honest, once Dwitch locked in onto like the appointment setting stuff,
Mine.
email, like we were pretty booked.
Yeah.
Like it was relatively decent, and then a lot of the emails took one in spam. But like once he locked in on that, like we figured it out. Like very people were just getting on the phone, and so like our first like 2-3 weeks in, because mind you, we started right before Christmas.
Yeah.
We brought on 3 people.
Yeah.
So we made 10 grand in less than a month. And it was like off the one guy you spoke to. Yeah. We spoke to one guy, one of the influencers, being like a pretty decent close, and then kind of just took off from there. And then obviously, like, yeah, like they were just doing crazy stuff with the emails. Like I remember, like the Barack Obama, and like people were raging, and but somebody was actually like mad. She's like, yeah, to be honest, I'm not gonna give a phone call with you. Just please send me Obama.
Yeah, you shouldn't get in that political stuff. There's a lot of, it's very divided right now.
Some people said it was funny. They're like, just because you're funny, I'm gonna hop on.
So
I swear. But like that lady, she was just mad. But yeah, who were some of the people that were hitting us? Like, bro, we had like some crazy influencers.
I remember there was a YouTuber that had like 5 mil, or how many did he have? Remember we talked about it once. You're like, this guy booked a call.
Oh yeah, King Sid had booked a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy story too. I remember I called this guy. He's in the barbershop. I should never call him.
You know what's funny? I went to watch this like a Twitch thing, and I saw me. He was like hella ruined. He was like, "Yo, what? Who is this?" And if he realized it was you, he was like, "Oh,
was that on Twitch?"
yeah." That worked.
So weird.
I thought I told you, but I don't think I did. But he was on live on Twitch. And then
At the barbershop?
called him.
There's no way because I swear I heard the clippers in the back.
No, like he was live on Twitch in the barbershop.
Oh, word?
Yeah. And you called. He was like, "Who is this?"
Was that what happened?
And he realized he looked deep when he like.
Yo, I did not because the thing is, the guy's like, "Who's this?" And then I'm like, "Yo, like you booked a call.
Yeah.
Like, you've been rescheduled." Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You know? And then he's like, "Oh, bet." He's like, "Yeah, I'm at the barbershop. Like, you're already trying to call me back or whatever." It's like, I just never booked it again because he no-showed like 2-3 times.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, yo, I never saw that.
Yeah, you should send us that clip.
It's gone now. He was on Twitch. I swear I said it.
Nah, bro, I've never seen.
But yeah, I just had a look at Meta. Meta earnings just came out literally like 5 minutes ago, and they beat earnings crazy. So how do you guys think with like Meta, TikTok, the competition, like with ads and stuff? They even raised guidance, so that means they're projecting higher revenue for Q2.
I don't know. In my opinion, here's the thing: like, if Meta/Facebook can figure out how to stop like ad account bans and stuff like that, they probably have that in place for some reason. Like, it's been going on for years, so they're obviously aware of it. If they can figure out how to stop that and be a little bit more lenient with the different types of marketing things that we could post, I think they'll probably have a better opportunity of beating up TikTok. So I really think it comes down to that, because for somebody like me, like I was spending multiple 6 figures on Facebook like a month, and I can't even get an ad account active now. You know what I mean? So think about like there's me. Think about the amounts of other people that are like going through the same type of issue and like literally just don't want to work on Facebook just because of that.
I definitely think they have to have something figured out soon, especially if TikTok is going to get banned, especially with all the politicians backing Meta because all their money's in there. Yeah. Obviously, that's how corrupt the US is, but all these politicians have their money in it. And so if they want to ban TikTok and have everyone from TikTok come back onto Meta, because everyone was on Meta at one point, right?
Yeah.
I think they need to figure that out like ASAP. I mean, even the real stuff is looking better than the TikTok feed, in my opinion, at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, you've recently transitioned.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about too. So you went from Meta to TikTok back to Meta, right?
Yeah.
Economy. So how was that so far?
So basically, like at first, like Meta, like everything I touched was like 2x return on my money. But then like I think it was like 2020 or maybe like around COVID, like everything tanked and like nothing worked. Things were just getting suspended. Then I got banned, so I went on TikTok. It was actually because of you, because you dropped a video. And like your thing, it made me like multiple. But like people probably never watch it or didn't think anything of it. But like it's a good tutorial. But like then that was good. But then lately like TikTok's been like consistent and stuff. So I've been on Meta, and Meta's been good for the most part, except like 2 days ago when there was like that little glitch or issue.
Yeah,
like, just rinse everyone's money.
I sent the article. Like they ran people's wallet dries.
Bro, TikTok did the same thing a while back too.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah. But I think probably...
That's so funny because, like, how do you just rob the people's money and then not refund them?
You know what the thing is? They usually will refund you, but, like, ad credit. So...
But then if that account's banned, you're done, right?
Exactly. But, see, that's the thing. Like, they refunded you. Like, the situation I fell into on TikTok, they refunded me ad credit, but it's an ad account I didn't want to use because the thing is with the Canadian accounts, you get charged tax on it, right? So I wasn't trying to use those accounts. So they refunded me with ad credit, like $400 or $500, but I can't use the account.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I guess the Facebook situation was somewhat similar. I saw that some people got refunded. Did you get your money back? No.
Really? You know, it's so funny, like how different things are in the US, like compared to Canada. Like, I swear, I don't know if you guys can relate, but like, I think we have it so much harder than the US. Bro, every time I want to fund a trading account, I lose like a few $100s from just the changing fee. Like, I have to send it from Canadian to USD to fund the account. I imagine it's the same thing with payouts from Shopify and stuff like that. Like, it's just mad annoying.
Yeah, for me, the issue was having the US dollar Amex. Because I have like the Canadian dollar Amex.
Yeah.
And after I want to receive the payouts from Shopify in USD.
Yeah.
But then after I can't pay off the Canadian Amex with the USD card or the USD bank account.
Yeah.
And then the issue that you have after that is that you have like the exchange fees, like the conversion fees and everything. But then even on TikTok, you get charged tax on. So luckily now, so like I figured out how to get like a USD Amex when I was in the States.
Okay.
So I have that, but yeah, it's not necessarily like under the BMB business. So
okay, bro, I don't know. I'm just trying to mind.
Like you transacted in like in Canadian for a while.
Still like my Amex is still in Canadian, but my payouts now are USD. Yeah. But why is this?
Yeah, he was just telling me. He said like he got onto Wise from the payouts, like from Icey invoices. And he said he changed everything to Wise. Like his Shopify payouts are from there now.
Yeah, so Wise is actually very good.
Yeah, it's OP.
I can't.
Get on TransferWise.
Yeah. And use our referral code. Description below. Yo, to be honest, just want to add this in, in case, Kingston watches this again. Yo, hop on the pod. But yeah, I just want to throw that in there.
What do you think you guys learned, like, values and morals of life, like from dropshipping?
Want to go first?
Yeah. I'd say like one big thing is like life isn't like that serious, because like oftentimes like I'll find myself stressing, be like, oh, like kind of like comparing myself to other people and saying, why am I not here? But in reality, like I used to be like down here and like I'm here now. So little things like that, and also like being more consistent, like being consistent in general, because like I mentioned before, like before I was like kind of on and off, I didn't really understand like that, like kind of like how would I say this?
And work-life balance.
That, and also like you kind of like create your own luck in a sense, because like you're consistently working and like onto something, you're doing it every day, and like at one point it's gonna work. Like oftentimes I thought, okay, I'm gonna stop, but like that's kind of like in my mind what luck is. Like when someone says you're lucky, no, you've just been working on the thing for like
exactly, I agree.
Consistently and stuff. So that's like the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I think you work and position yourself and there's a bit of luck, obviously, but like I don't believe in like, oh, you got lucky.
But your odds of getting lucky
It's because you position yourself.
You're doing it every single day.
Exactly, because you position yourself into a good spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you want to go next, like
Yeah. So
with your journey.
yes, I think the two main things are discipline and patience.
Yeah.
I think, bro, patience is, I don't have, like growing up, I never had patience. Like whenever, like for example, I wanted the new Call of Duty, my mom would say like, wait for Christmas. Or like example, Wii or a PS3 at the time, she'd be like, wait for Christmas. It'd be like summer, right? It'd be like, bro, like I can't wait. Like I had zero patience growing up. My parents used to always tell me like I'd whine all the time because I wanted the thing like ASAP, right? So yeah, growing up, I didn't have much patience. Then I got into trading. Bro, I got my ass slapped in trading. Like, bro, the market will humble you so hard. Don't have an ego, bro. That's also another thing. Like, don't have an ego. So I learned patience from that, and then discipline, like more so because like I have my own schedule and I do my own thing, like with Build My Brand and trading. So just like I said before, just going to the gym every day, working every day, just staying disciplined to reach the goals, you know?
Yeah, I think for me it's very similar, like with discipline and everything. One of the biggest things was kind of just finding balance and finding comfort with where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm not saying get comfortable, but finding comfort in the sense where you know that you're in a good spot and you really just have to continue to excel from where you're at, right? So I don't know, once I realized, and like I tell you this all the time, like once you realize that money's not an issue, that you can't like count every single dollar and stuff like that. Like you just have to make sure that you're continuing to do everything that you have to do to get to the next level. Like I think you'll continue to grow, right? And like that's one of the biggest realizations. Like I don't look at P&Ls for at least like 3 months at a time. So maybe once every quarter, I might look at it. Like I've gone like 6 months without looking at it. Like I honestly don't care what it says, because in my opinion, like as long as you can support yourself, and as long as you can live, and then you continue to consistently work on your business and like grow it and do what you're supposed to do to get to the next level, like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right. So once you kind of just disconnect from like the monetary value of life and just understand that like money isn't everything. Like I think money is just something that allows you to sustain your life, but it's not like the end all be all. Right? Like there's a lot more behind what we do than obviously just going out and generating income. Like
I kind of got numb to losing money. I don't want to say like I don't care. It's just like my mindset is just like I'll make more.
yeah.
Like I lost $5,000, I'll make more. Like there's always like I know it'll work out. And so I just want to get to, do you think money buys happiness? Like that's the ultimate question.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely. But once again, like it's not necessarily about the actual money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like let's say for somebody that's never eaten before,
Yeah.
like the only thing in life that'll make them happy is if like they eat a piece of bread and then you give them enough money to buy a piece of bread, and then they buy that piece of bread even if it's $1.
Yeah.
Like that money just bought them happiness.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because like to me, happiness is freedom, doing whatever I want whenever I want, and like obviously money gets me that. That's how I feel right now.
Watching feel the same way. Like, bro, I didn't have money. Like, bro, life's actually tough when you don't have money. Yeah, like people say, oh, you don't need money. This. My mom sometimes would ask me like, why are you always doing this? Why do you always need money? I'm like, bro, you don't understand. Like, you need it in life.
Yeah.
Is to be happy.
My mom says the same thing, bro.
It's just I'm too obsessed with it, but like I'm not obsessed with it. Like I just understand that the money I get, I'll be able to be free and even make them free at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Like I want to be able to bless my parents, like pay them back for everything, even though I'm sure they don't expect anything back. But like just having, you know, like it's just like as small as just buying them a trip. Like I feel like that'd make my day and made their day, you know? Yeah.
But for me, I look at it from a sense where it's like there's a lot of things that we didn't have when we were younger, and that were like never within arm's reach. Like for example, like if we went on a trip, it was like
There's a budget.
yeah, like not really that. Like we would finance trips.
Oh, say we're in.
Yeah, so it was like you're stuck like 3 years paying off like a vacation.
My dad, we never went on vacation other than Lebanon.
Yeah,
And every time he'd save up, all gone one shot.
no, like French tips. So like that's the thing. Like there's a lot of things that we're capable of doing, but then it's like you look at it, it's like okay, I got up one day, I'm like, yo, I'm booking a flight aboard to California, and then I went.
Yeah.
And then I came back home, and then I'm like, I'm leaving again. Then I leave, and then we're like, all right, let's go to LA. And then we're like, all right, let's go to Miami. Then we go to Miami, we come back. Then I'm back home. Like there was the whole like COVID situation, whatever, pandemic. And then I'm like, one day I'm like, let's go to Jamaica.
How fresh was that?
Jamaica was crazy, but it's just the fact that like I was capable of just getting up and going and doing it.
Yeah.
And it was like when we were younger, if we wanted to go, it was like we either had to save up for X amount of years, or like we had to do this and that, or like we had to finance the trip. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like the fact that I booked it like 3 days before, and I was like, I'm just gonna go. And then I got there and like we were hotel hopping, like just doing whatever. So it was just a crazy situation because it was something that never really seemed realistic.
Yeah.
But you don't realize that once you have enough money to do whatever you want, to a certain extent, like a lot of things are kind of just there. You know what I mean? Like I try to explain to people all the time too. It's like, if you think about it, like for example, like let's say you had enough money to buy a yacht, and you buy a yacht, like the yacht's not special anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you bought a yacht. And so it's like already there. It's like not really a dream or a goal anymore. It's already been done.
Yeah.
And then if everybody around you is like a successful business owner, like has some sort of money and also has yachts, like what's special about it? Like if everybody has it, like nobody's special.
No, I agree. Like, for example, when you guys both have Teslas.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys feel, obviously you were happy at the moment, but like a week, a month down the line, like did you care?
I don't like care about it anymore. Like I want another one. To be honest, but yeah.
Like as soon as you reach the goal, like you're hyped for a bit, and then like on to the next goal, you know?
Yeah. Well, for me, the situation was like this. It was like I saw, like Gage had one, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay. Then I got mine. It was like he already did that, you know. So like I said, it's like if everybody has a yacht, nobody's special.
Yeah.
It's like he did that. I was like, damn, you know, like I want to be able to do that. Then I did it, and then not too long after, then Twitch too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like a thing where it's like, okay, we're all kind of just winning. We're all kind of just uplifting each other. But at the end of the day, it's like we're all working towards, you know, some sort of the same end result. And so like it's not really anything special anymore. It's more so like it kind of just shows that like we've been working.
Yeah. And there's nothing more fresh than that, in my opinion. Like, let's say I were to be like, I'm a millionaire myself.
Yeah.
What the hell am I gonna do alone? You know, like if I want to go travel, like I'm not gonna go alone, right? Like I find it so much funner, like growing, like with friends and stuff, and all making money together and like reaching goals together. Cause like at the end of the day, what are you gonna do alone? Like I feel like you enjoy stuff better with your friends, you know, and even your family.
Like I said before, I don't know if I said this on a previous spot or anything, but I like to say this a lot. Like it's about how much money you could distribute around.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing that like I learned like working with Gage, because there's a lot of services that he offers that we could benefit from and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Gage always says, he's like, he's like, I wonder how much money you sent each other back and forth, you know? Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna send him money for this, and then she ends up sending us money for that, or she's gonna go refer a client, or we have a client for him. And so it really just comes down to like how much business we can bring each other. Like if I can do something that benefits you, and then you could do something that benefits us, like we're bringing twice the amount of money, you know? And so it kind of goes full circles, right? Like now there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
If there's 10 of us here and it's like we each do something that can benefit the next person next to us.
Yeah.
Like how much money do you think we could bring up together?
Yeah, bro, I think the more you are, the more likely you'll become rich.
Yeah, but you gotta have a sick mindset.
Yeah, which is super hard. I don't know, like how many people you encountered that, bro, it's so hard to meet people like us. I don't want to sound cocky, but like just like hustlers, I guess.
You mean like, 'cause people will hit me up to be like, oh, I want to do it, and then like I help them because like I want to see them win. Like some of them are my friends and stuff. Some of them are just people I've met, like just playing soccer or whatever. Like I help them, but then like I always get that feeling where they just want me to do everything, and then it's like, okay, bro, like
Shelton said the same thing.
Yeah. For me, it's the put me on thing. It's like the put me on, but it's like, look, let's say we have a position for somebody. It's like this person's doing web dev, right?
Mm.
And then I'm like, okay, we need to figure out how we can get volume up to, let's say 200-300 stores a month being built, right? Hypothetically. Me being the person that I am, and this is the situation that basically played out when we did that whole web dev thing, right? Me being the person that I am, I'm like, okay, they need X amount of stores. I know how to build stores, but I know you, and you that also know how to build stores. So what we could do is create some sort of agency or whatever it is, or a group of people that can build stores, and then we're all going to build stores, and that's how we're going to get the volume here. But the issue that happens is that, or essentially what happens is you'll have somebody that says, put me on. So I'm going to go teach this kid how to build a website, right? And then I'm like, okay, this guy can manage 10, 20 websites like a month, hypothetically. But how can you help support us to a point where we could bring this to like 300 websites a month?
Yeah.
And some people don't have that mindset to where they're like, okay, this is a scalable thing. If I bring in my little brother, if I bring in this person or this person, then we could be able to up the volume. And that person could get paid more, right? Which is kind of like the situation with you. You're like, okay, my little brother can do this. I have this person who can do this. It's like, all right, I'm gonna send this to you. You can pay him out however much you want to pay him out. Like at the end of the day, that's like between you and him.
Yeah.
You know, but it's beneficial to everybody because one, he's learning a high income skill. And then two, you're getting paid. And then three, we're able to manage more clients. You know what I mean? So it's like not everybody has the same drive and the same mindset. A lot of people just see like, oh, my job is building websites. And that's like the end all be all.
But that's the issue. They find that like a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I don't like looking at things like that. Like everything's always much more scalable than you see it. Like even in the sense where we could have, let's say like a web developer who showed him how to build a website. Like if he really wanted to and he's not getting enough volume from us, he could go find like this dropshipping company right here and be like, yo, I'll build your website.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the thing. What is that? Do you find that people also tend to be like too selfish?
Yeah. Like growing up and even like, especially now, like I've, again, not in a cocky way, like I don't think I'm very selfless. Like I think about others more than myself sometimes, which is a bad thing, I think. But like I ran into a lot of selfish people and like I didn't like it. Like I don't like selfish people. Like it's all about them, you know? When to me, it's always about my surrounding and myself, but myself at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, no, for me, I was just saying, like, a lot of people will come to you with questions. Like, the whole put me on thing, once again, like, it really comes down to people just wanting to benefit themselves. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, a lot of people tend to be really selfish, especially, like, in the business space. So, like, the best partners that I've ended up working with are always people that have been able to share, like, the same sort of vision as me. So it's like, if me and you decide, okay, we're going to go into this, I'm not looking at it for my own benefit. I'm looking at it from a perspective where it'll benefit the both of us equally.
Yeah.
Right? And so like that's kind of the same thing with everybody that like I work with. Anybody that I've ever worked with and we've had like a very good business partnership has always been for an equal benefit towards the both of us, as well as towards like a community or a group of people. So yeah, I mean, a large majority of the people that'll just text you and be like, yo, put me on. They just want you to put them on because they want to take what they can from you. They want to pick your brain, just take what they can from that to their own benefit. That's my take on it.
And then low key, I feel like if they could like take over the business from you, they would do it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But like for me and like all of us, like we see it as if, okay, we can play the back. Like we don't have to be like the head of whatever, like because we're all like in the same position type stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like most people need to be like more comfortable like playing the back instead of like wanting to play the front in a sense, just so because like more opportunities can, like, let's say like when I was making the website, I said, oh, let me try to do the same thing and go like right now would it be here, you know? So,
Yeah,
exactly.
And like, as for yourself, do you treat Build My Brand like as your business?
yeah, I see as if we're all working together like a partnership.
Exactly.
In my eyes.
And I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah.
It's because like we're all on the same level.
Yeah, bro, that's like why I say like a lot of times when I talk about like funds that we have in a business account, I say our funds. Like it's not, to me, like it doesn't matter who's named on the business license. Like we spoke about getting a crib in Florida, and it's like, yo, anybody could go there, no matter where the money comes from. Like I don't really care, you know, like anybody could go there.
Yeah, no, I learned that from you. Like you always say R, and I was so confused at first, but then like I use R all the time now.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
You want to talk about the Florida? You're looking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Not to get into it too much because I obviously don't know how the situation's going to play out. But I don't know, just like a change of scenery. Obviously, like here, there's not too much here for us.
I hate it here, to be honest.
Especially in the industry that we're in, like there's not too much here for us. And so, I mean, for one, like I like the sun a lot better.
Yeah.
So kind of just looking out to Florida, like I went to Florida, I went to Cali, and I liked Florida a lot better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably sometime in June, might record a vlog and we're going to try to go down there. I'm also just waiting on my tax return so that, you know, we could figure out what we're going to do with the
Mortgage application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're looking at. So we'll see. I don't know if we'll see what we can find.
What about you, Dwight? Are you looking to move out anytime soon? Or
Like, if we don't go like to Florida, I'll probably just stay in the parents' crib. Like,
Yeah, same. Like for me, it's either like I love like having my own independence and like doing my own thing, because to be honest, like I'm in the basement all day and like it's pretty much how it is. Like I only go upstairs, like talk to my parents here and there, and then eat and then go to bed. But I feel like the Florida thing would be amazing, like for all of us, just being together, grinding in the same house, like do that for a few years, like in our like prime years. I feel like it'd be great for all of us. And so like I think I'd move out then, and if not, then I'd remain with my parents for the time being.
And even at that, like we could all technically go at like different times of the year or something. Like
Yeah.
just figure out how we want to do it. Because at the end of the day, we can only be there for 6 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, to be honest, I don't even mind being here for the summer.
Yeah,
Just
no,
have to figure out where I live.
yeah. I mean, we can figure it out, man.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you have to get 2 cribs, then we have to get 2 cribs.
Yeah, we'll pitch in, bro. Doesn't matter. Like here, the summer is not too bad. There's just a lot of rain. But my issue here is the winter, bro. I hate the cold.
I swear.
I get so pissed off. Like, and I like walking, like once or twice a day. Like just walking on my phone, chilling.
We used to.
Yeah, we used to walk every single day during summer.
Because bro, like, yeah, there's a period of time where I'm like, this shit, bro. Like, I don't know, stuff is just stressful. I'm like, dude, let me just go walk.
Yeah, bro. But it's so like refreshing also. Like you're in your basement all day, not talking to anyone. So it's nice, like going to the gym with your friends, talking there, and then even where we used to walk, like having 30-minute conversation, walking in the sun, and then going back home.
When I was in California, I did it every single day. Like, I came back from the gym, made protein shake, and I just went for a walk.
So I do it too.
Yeah, because, bro, like, well, I don't know for you. You just sit there all day. Like, I'm gonna go crazier.
I just go to the gym and come back home. And
Nah, so 12 hours. It's just nah, bro. I go crazy. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I can't just stay at one place. Like, I have to move all the time. Like constant chaos. Like I have to have something going on all the time. I hate being bored. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I've gotten quick at finishing what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, tasks that, like, might have taken me, like, 2-3 days to finish,
Yeah,
or, like, let's say 24 hours straight to finish,
yeah.
like, I could probably do in, like, 3 hours now.
So we're
You know what I mean? It's like, well, think about it. Like, when you used to build a website, how long would it take you to build a website? Like, the first few times you did it. But then after, it's like, okay, you could build a website in, like, an hour. Get it like 30 minutes, bro. Exactly. So that's the thing. Like, I've gotten like, a lot more effective with the stuff that I have to do, to the point where I don't necessarily have to sit there for, like, 16 hours straight.
yeah,
But then if I do, like, I drive myself crazy.
yeah. No, I agree.
I do it fast as well, but like the thing with me is that if there's nothing to do, like I'll just sit on the computer.
Exactly.
Pick random things for no reason.
Yeah. Like, I was telling you the other day, like, I used to do that, and I promise you, like, it was always detrimental. It's like I'll sit there, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything right now. Like, let me figure out how we, like, I don't know, get more leads. And it's like, I bet I'm go launch like lead forms, and then I go spend like $1,000 on lead forms for no reason. The front stuff properly. So it's like that's the type of stuff that would end up happening. It's like, okay, let me try to search scale. You already have 3 ROAS, and then you go push a campaign from like $500 to like $2,000, and then I'm 100 so many times.
But it's the same thing with trading. Like, let's say I'd be up 500 on the day, but like I'm done in 30 minutes, right? And I'm like, I can make more money. And like, what am I gonna do all day, right?
Yeah.
And then I end the day red.
Yeah. Like that happened to me.
I swear, like I can relate so much. Like it's actually the worst thing. I feel like always having something to do is great.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I think, especially, like, we spoke about this, but finding balance, like, in your schedule. Like, what does your schedule kind of look like? And to be honest, like, due to the fact that, like, there'll be sometimes that you're done. Like, you're done working, but you're kind of just sitting there. Like, actively throughout the day, like, how many things do you actually have to do?
That's usually, I look at like the admin chats in the morning, look at ad accounts, go to the gym, I come back, look at ad accounts like one last time, and then like, usually then like, I'm usually like around done, I'll kind of just like watch YouTube, like find like different tactics and stuff, but like these days, like those videos are kind of useless.
Yeah, sure.
So then like, I kind of go on chats. I don't know. I just kind of find things to do like at that point. But like I usually have like a schedule. I have things to tick off. But when I finish that, then I kind of like do whatever I think like is needed. Sometimes it's not needed. Like mentioned before, but yeah, that's really what my schedule looks like.
Yeah. I think what I find interesting that I've noticed like between your ad accounts and like I don't know back side accounts and like some ad accounts that I ran also is that a lot of your changes tend to be in the morning.
Yeah.
In like the first half of the day. That's where like between Mac and myself, a lot of the things that we do tend to be at night. And like I've heard a lot of people like you're the first person that I actually see like make a lot of those changes like in the morning here. So I don't know, like how'd you kind of like build that structure to yourself? Like I've never been able to do that.
I don't know, like, cause I used to do it at night. Well, like what happened was like 2 hours I'd just be tired and like I'll just do like kind of like dumb mistakes and like yeah. And also like lately like TikTok kind of like wastes the money throughout the day. So like around noon, like if it's not a good return on ad spend, like usually like at the end of the day it's not gonna work. So you just cut it sooner, like make changes and then go on from there.
Yeah. No, I just found it really interesting. Like I've looked over your accounts and I always see like it'll be 12 o'clock and like you already had it scheduled for the next day.
Like after I come up from the gym, like on that.
Yeah.
That's fresh. What time do you wake up?
I depend, bro. Sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's 10. Like
Oh,
it depends on the day, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's when I want to. Like I have an alarm, but like
that's the luxury.
yeah.
You know, kind of the same. I've been trying to stick to 8:30 because here's the thing. I realized during the winter, I can't wake up.
It's because you're depressed, bro.
No, bro, I just can't wake up. Like it doesn't work. They call me lying then. Like I feel like I'm in hibernation. Like I just can't get out of my bed. And then like the second like the heat starts hitting in like in summer, I'm much more motivated to just get out of bed. So like,
Yeah.
that's why I say like when I want to go to Florida, like that's another reason why, because I feel like I'm much more productive when it's hot outside.
Yeah, same.
Like the same way. Can you guys feel when it's gloomy outside?
Yes.
Like it's raining. Like can you feel it?
Yes.
I wake up
From my blinds.
Like bro, I feel the snow in my bones.
Yeah.
Like I feel the snow in my bones. So I'm like, yo, today I'm not getting out of bed. And then I end up being up till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Severin.
Yeah. So like that, like this past winter, like was really bad for me just in terms of like my sleep schedule.
Really? Even
swear.
when you were living alone?
Yeah, it's been terrible.
Damn. I don't even know that.
It's been horrible. Like, dude, like it's such a struggle. Like in the morning, like my body hurts. Like
Yeah, flash.
I swear, bro, I can't get up. But like, yo, the summer, like the first day, it was like, I don't know, I woke up, it was like, the sun was out, it's 20 degrees. And I'm like, oh, bet, you know? So like I was up. That's one thing. The second thing is also sleeping with the blinds open. So like I wake up naturally and just when the sun is there, I tend to wake up better naturally.
Yeah.
As opposed to like when it's winter, it's not as sunny.
Yeah.
You don't feel like obviously the heat from outside, you don't see as much sun and stuff like that. So I just, like I couldn't get out. You know, like whether the blind was open or closed. If it was open, like maybe a little bit better, but I'd be like cranky and worried. But now it's like, I'll just wake up, like the birds are singing. I'm in my element. Feel good.
That's so dope. You want to end the podcast when are we at? Like 40?
43.
Yeah, just one last question. So like, what's your goal with Icey Crew and just like the roadmap of your like life journey, I'd say?
for the brand, like I always thought like kind of like lately thinking about selling it, but I think it makes more sense to just find people and put them in the position where they can manage like the whole operation and kind of like feed me the information so like I can tell them what to do or they can make the key decisions. So I kind of want to keep that in the back burner and like keep it scaling consistently and just have it like consistent cash flow and like it just in the background putting money in my pocket, because it doesn't make sense for me like kind of like my biggest money maker just cause.
Yeah.
So do it like that's like one thing, and then the second thing with that money I kind of want to park in like different assets. Like real estate's like a big one like we mentioned before, but like I kind of want like be able to like have a bunch of properties that like pay for my lifestyle. So essentially like that's where I'm like technically actually financially free.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think the whole route of anything anyone does goes back to real estate. Yeah. Like that's what I have, you have, you as well.
It just makes the most sense.
Yeah. I think it's the easiest to understand too.
Yeah.
Like minus the headaches that you get.
Well, how's your experience been? At least like it's been almost a year.
Yeah, so I've owned a property for about a year. Yeah, it's April. I got it April 29th, so it's a year now. Yeah, so I mean, bro, the tenant's amazing. So the whole experience, to be honest, like I can go through the story quickly. From the start, I got on the phone with a random agent, connected me in not the area here, but in Gatineau, Quebec, because I was priced out of Ottawa. Then I kept bidding because, bro, it was like 2021 or no, 2022. That was before they were aggressively raising rates, so I got locked in my rate pretty low. Then I kept bidding and like blindly bidding, like praying that I get it, but like I didn't think I was getting it, whatever. So I bid on a crib, and like no troll, I was taking a shit. I was taking a shit. It's like 7 p.m. And then I get a text. She's like, "Congratulations, you won the bid." Then like, bro, I started sweating. I wasn't even happy.
Yo, this guy's like, yo, I got the crib, and then he's like, fuck, I'm stressed.
Yeah, I text this guy. I'm like, "Yo, I won the bid." Like, dry as hell. Yo, I won the bid. He's like, "Yo, congrats, you're make whatever." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not gonna lie." You shouldn't go on that.
Why? We have to be on Shepherd late. Oh, we're gonna teach you something.
That's why I said, like, we laid the foundation. I got accepted at the bank. We figured it out from there. So like from there, bro, I didn't even tell my dad because like my dad was into the thing also. I tell my dad then like 2 hours later, I'm like, "Bro, I didn't know he was gonna react." I'm like, "Yo, we won the bid." Then he's like, "What do you mean?" Because like I was taking care of everything. He didn't even know, even though his money's in there as well. And then he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, we won the bid. Like, here's the text. Like, this is the crib." I didn't even show him the crib, by the way. I just bid. And then I tell my mom. My mom had no idea like of the whole thing happening, by the way. I didn't even know. Yeah. Like, I thought my dad told her. I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I just got a crib." She's like, "What do you mean?" She's so confused. I asked so many questions, bro. I invited my friends over that night. Bro, I was shitting my pants just looking at the crowd. I'm like, fuck, like, did I get scammed? Whatever. And then everything ended up working out. So I got a great tenant. I'm cash flowing from the property. And then eventually in four more years, I can pull my money out, put it in another property, pay back my dad's part and take the full ownership then. And so the whole experience has been great, actually. Like, I had no problems with the tenants. It's very important to get someone. Like, I interviewed, I think, like 6-7 people. He was the best one. Like, no headaches at all. It's been stress-free. Like, the AC broke, the sink broke. Other than that, like, it's a few $100 from my pocket.
It's weird that shit just breaks like that. Like, when you live in a crib, bro, like, things really break.
Like, the crib's pretty, not old. It's like 9 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Still, like, it's kind of random. Like, I don't know why. It's like, I feel like if that was, like, your primary residence,
it would not break.
Yeah.
I don't think it's his fault, though.
I don't think it's his fault either. But it's just for some reason when it's like you're in charge of something,
Yeah.
something just breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, you're just seeing this guy just like I'm shitting my pants. The next thing you know, he posts like the crib.
Yeah, I went to inspection. So I inspected a thing. Everything was good. Yo, like, I'm not gonna lie. I was praying the inspection fails so I don't get the crib. I don't know why, bro. I was thinking I got scammed and everything. Yeah. And then looking back at it now, I'm up like 50.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. No, bro, like there's so many people that applied, like, to get a crib.
Yeah, I'm like, am I gonna find someone? Like,
Yo, there were very people.
Yeah, I got like 20, 30 people signed up. Interviewed like 5, picked out from there. Bro, everything works out all the time. That's why I realized also not to stress. But like, bro, I was ranting to this guy, like, annoying the shit out of him, bro. I was stressed as hell.
Like, yo, you'll be alright. That could not you.
Just, bro, it's like, it's a few hundred thousands, like.
You could also relate with your car situation.
Yeah, I was bugging.
Hey, bro, I almost canceled it so many times. Like, yo, what am I doing, bro?
Yeah, bro, it's because like you don't think about it because you're so young, and like you're not supposed to be doing this like according to life standard. Like, you're not supposed to be doing this at this age. So it's like, shit. Like, is it a glitch in the matrix?
Yeah. I think one last thing I want to ask Liz before we close it. I want to touch on school. I know you went to school, so I want to touch on that, like, kind of how the thought process behind everything.
Forgot to ask that. Good thing you asked that.
Yeah, the situation with your parents.
How'd they take it?
Bad. Bro, they still want me to go.
Even after like you show them everything about the business?
As for them, like, they don't really, like, they don't care about the money. Like, their mindset is like, you need the paper because the paper's like the backup plan. But like for me, like, I don't care about the backup plan. Like, whenever I had a backup plan, because at one point I worked at Farm Boy, like, I wasn't really doing much. Like, it's kind of like you feel like you have like a crutch and you can always like lean on it. But like, for me, like, I like as bad as it sounds, I like to be like kind of on the edge, like, risky with it. So,
I agree. Yeah.
But for them, like, they still want me to go. Like, but my opinion, like, I'd rather just do my own thing. Like, if I'm making money like each month consistently, like, I don't see why like should affect
until it stops working. And bro, like, worst case, like, you just go back to school.
Yeah, that's what I told them. So conversation might come up, like,
they still finish you off now?
But yeah,
They still finish you off to this day?
finished me off the other day.
Yeah, that's a burden, bro. Like my parents, I also wanted to drop out, but like now that I'm in 4th year and I have 3 classes left, like I don't see the point. Like I might as well just finish. But like I would always troll my parents, like, yeah, I'm dropping out, get finished off so hard, like threatening to get kicked out of the house and like type shit.
Yeah, but you're studying something like that makes kind of sense. Me, I was doing communication, so like it's kind of useless. Like, what's the point, you know?
This guy's sending social science degrees useless.
Don't go back to shit.
It's like communication sociology.
Why'd you pick that?
So what, like, so this is why I did it.
So like I got accepted for Algonquin for like business course, like about like all of them I applied to. But I was like, okay, let me just pick like some bullshit I don't care about, because like it's gonna put like a fire for me to like make it work. To like, in my opinion, I made it work. So that's kind of like why I chose that.
Yeah, for me, like, I'm over the road, bro. Like, there's no option for me. My plan made sense. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave for 2 years, and then if I go to college, like let's say nothing works out for the next 2 years, I go to college for 2 years. I come out of college when everybody's done
So I'm like, I'm not late technically.
Yeah.
Feel like I never looked back at it. Like I never thought about it. Like
2, 3, 4 years went by. Like I didn't realize. And some like to this day, like I forget that people actually go to school. Like when you're like, yeah, I have an exam, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, bro, because it's funny because I don't attend any class. I probably shouldn't say that. Like if the university prof bags me because you have to attend 80%. But yeah, I don't attend. I don't really read the lectures. Like I literally do the bare minimum. So yeah, it's kind of because I'm always working like with you guys. So it's kind of funny. Like I have 2 exams tomorrow.
I thought you were done.
I have 2 exams tomorrow. I still haven't opened the book, guys. I think I'm done. But to be honest, like I grinded out on the midterms, made sure that even if I have a 0 on the final, I still pass the class, so I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I swear, I thought you told me like you were done.
Nah.
To be honest, I don't know how that works.
I have 2 left tomorrow and I'm good.
Cool. We're at about 53 minutes. If you want to close it out. Yeah. Anything else you want to say? What would you tell younger Dwidge? It's the last thing. What would you tell younger Dwidge?
It's got a hard one.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
What would you tell your younger self?
We already spoke about it.
We already went through this.
We think. 'Cause there's a lot of things I would tell my younger self, but I think what I would tell him would be kind of like, I'd say probably like shit.
I had the same response.
I don't know, like I don't know, bro.
For me, there's so many things.
Leaders.
No, like there's bare things that come to my, like, hitting my mind, but like
Yeah, bro, just speak. No, just speak. Like, no, for me, like the first thing was like, bro, just do your thing. Like, just do you.
Yeah.
Like anything anybody tells you, like, doesn't really matter as long as like you're doing what you want to do. Like, you know, you can make it work.
If you're confident in yourself, you're fine, bro.
Yeah. Like that's just me knowing myself, though.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
We want to close out?
Yeah. There's nothing happening. Maybe he'll have something on the next one. He'll think about it. But yeah, I mean that brings us to the end of pod 3. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a pod next week because I'm going to Cali.
I'll probably try to link you there and try to figure it out. But if not, we might skip a week. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll sort it out regardless. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you guys for watching the full video. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. And with that being said, yeah, and let's close it out. So I'm catch you guys on the next one. Peace.